guys, welcome to Daddy Share Space and welcome to my shop. So today I want to go over the condition of my Surface Duo, but before I jump into that, I want to give context in this video. So right here you can see that I have a Lumia 950 and a Lumia 950 XL, and if you just take a look at these phones, at the condition of the phones, these were released in 2015. Just to give context, you can take a look at the back of the phone, sides, everything. So this is essentially just for context. So I'm going to set these aside. Both of these phones are currently not in any kind of a case. This right here is my Google Pixel 2 XL. This is my Samsung Note 8, and this is my iPhone 10. Okay, so right here I have the three phones that I used to carry before I purchased my Surface Duo. As you can see, you can take a look at the back side. You can see a little wear and tear on the case here. I turn over this phone. You can see these are in pretty good condition. I used to have an OtterBox case for this phone, but I don't know what happened to it, so I went back to the original Pixel case. This is my second OtterBox for this particular phone, and this is the original OtterBox that I have for my iPhone. All three of these phones were released in 2017, and I'm going to take them all out of the cases so you can see the condition of the phones. So we'll start with the iPhone 10. So you can take a look at the iPhone 10, the condition of the phone. There's a little bit of dirt on it, but for the most part, if you take a look at it, it's in good condition. I could actually take an alcohol swab and clean off the residue on the side. You can see that comes off. As you can see, pretty much this phone is in pristine condition for being a 2017 device. So that is the iPhone 10. I'll set that right there. Let's go ahead and take out the Note 8 and take a look at the condition of that. All right, so here we have the Note 8. Move this to the side, and you can just take a quick look at the condition of the phone. As you can see there's no damage to the phone. It looks good. Now obviously this is because these phones were kept in cases. So we've got the iPhone 10, we've got the Note 8. Now we have the Pixel 2 XL. Let's go ahead and pull it out. And there you go. You can take a look at the phone, the device itself, and you can see the condition of the phone, okay? So bringing all the phones into the shot, I have multiple phones here. I have two phones from 2015, I have three phones from 2017, and you got a look at the condition of the phones, like how will they look after all this time. Now mind you, these phones were in protective cases, with the exception of the two Microsoft devices. They did not have an OtterBox case that was available for them, but you still see the condition of the phones. Now let's go ahead and get to the topic of the video, and that is the Surface Duo. Now I purchased this phone in October of 2022, so it's just 2 years old, and you can get a look at the condition of the phone. If you take a look here, you've got a crack all up along here. It's cracked all down the face. If you look at the bottom here, you've got a chip out here. You got a crack along this base area. Right here you can see that the fingerprint scanner button just fell off. Inside of the phone, it looks fine. This portion here broke off a long time ago, which is a portion of the charging port. And then you can see down here along the hinge, there's some damage there as well. So I would say overall this phone aged pretty poorly. It still functions. However, this right here, as I rub my hand over it, you can feel the raised glass as if you can, basically as if you're gonna get cut. I will continue to use this phone until it totally goes bad. My wife has a Cricut, and what I'm going to do is have her make a skin to cover this up. She has a Surface Duo as well. She already put a skin on hers, but her phone fell and the hinge actually broke. It kind of got dislodged. However, she was able to kind of pop it back in place, but she says that there's like a shift in the hinge now that it's actually hit the ground. Now, I did have the bumper case on this particular phone for the majority of its life. However, the design of the bumper, it just kind of goes around the periphery of the phone, and over time it just starts to kind of peel off. This phone did not have an acceptable protective solution when it came out, so it's a phone that you really have to be very careful with, this particular design of a phone. So once it started to kind of peel off and it really looked kind of unsightly, eventually I just went ahead and took it all the way off, and just over time, one day I pulled it out of my backpack, and the button was gone. The charging port broke well before the case actually came off right here. And then, it just basically, I would randomly pick up the phone and I would see parts of glass chipped off. The big shattering here, this occurred when it actually fell from probably about 24 inches, about 2 feet or so, flat down on a tile floor. And when I picked it up, this is what it looked like afterwards. So overall, the one saving grace I would say about this particular phone, I bought it in October of 2022. And this is when this particular device was on a fire sale. So I picked both phones up for like $398. So that was acceptable for, this was supposed to be a flagship device. This was actually the second time I purchased this device, because I did buy it when it originally was released for $1,599. And basically in less than a week, it just stopped working. It was in my pocket, I pulled it out, and it never powered up again. So overall, lessons learned about this. Number one, this is a Microsoft branded mobile accessory or mobile device. And comparing that to, let's say, the Lumia 950 XL, which I have here, which is in good condition. Now, remember, Lumia was an independent company. Microsoft purchased Lumia. They did not create all of their, design language, policies, procedures, everything that went into making a Lumia phone was acquired by Microsoft. This Surface Duo was designed and basically made under the umbrella of Microsoft, under their design leadership and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, in my opinion, this is a very unsatisfactory result. And, it's kind of like it's not a shame on them, it's a shame on me type of thing, because I was a big fan of Windows Phone when it was out. I bought the Lumia 920, I progressed on and ended up getting obviously the 950 and 950 XL. Now, originally Microsoft had released a Microsoft Band that was their form of a smartwatch, and I did buy it from Best Buy, and then I bought the extended warranty, thank God. Those things just like fell apart. I mean, they just completely fell apart. This right here, this design right here, it was a nice looking design. I mean, style wise, I would give it darn near a 10 out of 10. The only thing I wish it would have had a front screen, but obviously the durability, the same issue with this is the same issue that I had with that Microsoft Band. My wife and I both had one, and they both went back to the store multiple times until basically we just got our money back because it was unable to hold up. I'm disappointed that this product actually failed in this way. As far as the actual functionality, it still works. It is a interesting phone to use. It's not as comfortable as using a regular candy bar phone, but it does offer some unique features as far as the 2 windows or 2 screen display type of functionality. I've never used an actual foldable that has one uniform screen, so I can't compare it to that. But what I will say is that this right here, in my opinion, is concerning. And I'm a person that on occasion will play a video game here and there. And currently I've been putting some hours into a game called Starfield. And from what I understand, when you look at all the gaming handhelds, when I look at the reviews, none of them can actually play a game like Starfield at an acceptable frame rate. And I'm hearing all these rumors about Microsoft as a company coming out with their own handheld. This right here gives me pause. This type of design and build, abandoning products like the Windows Phone and then having products that come with this kind of quality control, that's not encouraging. It may be beneficial for Microsoft to have someone else manufacture their handheld gaming device, someone who has a little bit more experience in the longevity of a handheld, because Microsoft can't take any credit overall for the Lumia phone line because they did not create it. They did not build it from the ground up. And so I kind of feel like their heart was in the right place in making this device and designing it, but I don't think that it had enough R&D, because this phone should have been designed in a way to where there was a case that could protect it, or some other kind of design language. I've seen a couple people that showed their Surface Duos in 2024 and they looking like they're in pristine condition. And I'm gonna be honest, you can tell by looking at the previous phones that I showed to you in the video that yes, I am hard on phones, but the reality is if you give a person something to protect the phone, then the phone can come out looking really nice after a long period of time versus looking like this. I mean, this is a glass back, glass front phone, and it does not have any of the damage here. And there's not even a front screen protector on this phone, and the screen has never been replaced. So this right here, in my opinion, is just completely unacceptable as far as, especially when you're asking for $1,599 for this new. Obviously, they made a follow-up edition to this phone, which was the Surface Duo 2. And basically that phone has all but been abandoned. Anyways, I just wanted to give an update because I did say I was going to give an update about this phone, and now you see it here. You see the actual condition of the phone, and I'm just giving my honest opinion. Did I like the phone, or do I like the phone? I do, and I will go back to using it more daily. I've actually kind of left it at home because of this raised glass issue here, and I didn't want my wife to actually skin it until after I did this video. So it's basically been sitting at home because I keep an active SIM card in my iPhone. I keep an active SIM card also in my Note 8. Now this right here, my Pixel 2 XL, this Surface Duo was supposed to replace the Pixel 2 XL, yeah, it didn't work out as I would have hoped. The Pixel 2 XL obviously has slowed down a great deal. It doesn't function as as it should. Honestly, none of these phones function as they should anymore. I get a lot of ghost touching on this particular phone and have to power it off multiple times daily just to kind of keep things going. And the Note 8, for the most part, it's probably the most reliable out of all the phones that I have. However, the only thing I would say about the Note 8 is I had the watch that went with this, and that didn't age well for me. It actually, for whatever reason, it used to give me some kind of a rash on my wrist from that. I don't know if it was like a degree of radiation or what, but the Note 8, Samsung's products are kind of locked into their own individual micro ecosystem, and I did like a lot of the features on this. I thought that this particular phone here would replace the Note 8. I think that the Note 8 was a little bit more elegant, and as far as using the S Pen, it had way more features by comparison. This one just had a better screen real estate. I did like the fact that you can prop it up like this to be able to utilize it as in like, I guess, portrait mode. I did like the fact that you can sit it in this orientation as well and use it here. Things that I would have liked to have seen in this particular design would have been is when you have it like this, if they had a faux keyboard so you could actually use it as like a micro computer. I wish that they would have added more pen functionality to this device. The irony is, I paid $398 for this phone. I did not like the pen for this because the shape and the design of the pen, I probably spent about $300 on pens for this particular phone, because the pens themselves are $100 a piece, give or take, and I lost multiple ones because they are very smooth on both sides. There's no place for it to fit on the device. It doesn't attach magnetically. It doesn't have any kind of like a pocket clip, and it's easy. It's very lightweight. It's a rechargeable pen. and it's easy to lose, or at least it was for me. I've lost 2 of them. I'm on my 3rd one. Anyways, guys, to be honest, I really feel like Microsoft missed an opportunity with the Windows Phone platform. If they would have just really doubled down and invested in that platform, I think it could have done some great things. But their design language, as far as their hardware, it looks good, but I think the quality, it just was not there for this Surface Duo. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for taking time to watch the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.